Heyo.
Lamau.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Degeneration. I am here in the middle. Then across from me is Burb and Cat, and right
Hello.
behind me, spooning on the beanbag, are Gachito and Mig.
Hey,
Lamau.
yo!
What?
There's
Gotcha
spoon.
is the
Let's
little spoon, as you
go.
can see.
That's the cat, bro.
Gotcha's
Gotcha is the
absolutely
little spoon,
He's a
and
little
Mig is
spoon.
vibing with his
Ah,
gamer
fuck
headset on.
y'all.
Give me your headset.
Despite, and despite being a bottom myself, I do prefer to be the big spoon. Being the big spoon is fun.
Indeed, it is. But anyways,
All right.
things look a little bit new here. We
This
have
is a great intro.
have a vibing setup that we all kind of mix in with our totally the same type of art style designs.
Yeah.
Totally the
Yeah.
same art style. If you try to disagree, I'm sorry, you're just wrong.
Hold
I
on,
was
hold on.
Totally the
Just-
same
just
art
put-
style.
Just put this in it. Hold on.
Eh?
Wait.
You just gotta flash this image because they're incorrect.
Hey, yo.
Well, I won't show it because of YouTube, but Burb has done the
Oh,
blicky.
okay. That's-
got the cat.
I mean, Burb and I have the same artist, so yeah, it's the same artist all around. We're just
Yeah,
gonna
there you go.
ignore everyone else.
Yeah,
Hey,
shut up, everyone.
Wait a minute.
No, shut up.
If anything, Mig's over here looking like he's on 360p.
Lamau.
Damn, bruh.
No
I
detail,
look in
smooth ass
4K,
shape.
dog. I look 4K.
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, Mig,
If you're 4K, then I'm 5K.
Mig, you're very lucky. By the way, I could have used your the little PNG that you have with your debate with the baby thing.
Oh my god, no.
Lamau.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, I guess we should start off with it's bad when
Did we
I'm
take
the one
turns
putting
taking
into
topics?
Indeed.
yeah.
What is the topic?
Takeo, since you're the boss, you get to pick the first topic.
Oh god, Christ, my chest.
Lamau get thrown upon.
I only have one, and it's essentially a rant.
No pressure, but
Alright.
you better not mess this up.
I'm not you. All right.
Hey!
Damn.
Fuck!
All right. So who of all is gonna go finally watch the movie that everyone's been milking since it first released? Halloween Ends.
What?
Halloween ends. Oh wait,
guys
that's the
are all
I actually
idiots.
was
You're
planning on
idiots.
watching it.
Is that the actual end to Halloween series? Because I
Pretty
still
much.
haven't seen the one that came out about Laurie's son in like high school and shit.
Pretty
And then he
much.
got his ass handed to him by a bunch of teenagers. I literally only heard that Mikey got his ass handed to him by a bunch of high school students. And like, I know he's old, but what the fuck?
Oh, I honestly still don't know how that happened. Like how did he get beat up by high schoolers?
I don't know. That's literally all I heard is that he got his ass handed to him by a bunch of high school students. And I'm just like, Mikey, what the fuck?
I want to know what is Halloween Ends because I googled it and it's something about horror. I don't watch anything related to horror.
You cowards. I
It's
might
Five
hold
Nights at
on.
Freddy's.
I'm gonna
No,
swap.
it's not Five Nights at Freddy's.
I'm gonna switch
It's
something,
Michael
and you're both.
Myers.
You are now both little spoons.
Lamau? Look.
Hey,
All
yo.
I'm gonna say is I'm an absolute bitch when it comes to horror. However, if you try and say some shit, I will put your kneecaps inside of your skull.
What do you mean?
It's really
That's not
Tao.
very threatening.
I will rearrange your entire anatomy.
That doesn't sound like a threat. It sounds like a promise of a good time.
That's
Oh,
something
Therefore,
different, Cat. Shut
therefore,
up.
Hey, yo.
your
Hey,
You know
yo,
what?
Cat.
Typical
See.
DVD player. Typical DVD player right there.
which one?
What you
Which one?
said. That it sounds like a good time to have your kneecap shoved in.
I collect kneecaps. Of course I'm gonna say it's a good time.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Don't
worry. Gotcha. Your femur, I'm going to make sure it's somewhere it's not supposed to be.
Nah,
Hold on.
I'm not about that.
Not the
Fucking
femur.
wrong button. I want to look up this Halloween Ends. I haven't seen any of like the new like horror movies or shit.
So am I the only one who's actually been up to date?
Yes.
You are essentially. I live
I
under
can't
a
even
rock.
afford the
wait,
fucking
wait.
tickets. How the
To be
fuck am I the
fair,
one ahead?
To be fair, hold on, because you are literally the only person who's currently ahead. Slime Rancher 2 came out,
Yeah, I know that.
Nice,
and
nice.
it looks pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie. Downside, or well, not really a downside, but something I may or may not partake in rather soon is there's no cap to the amount of breeding of chickens.
Ow! I just fucking stubbed my
See,
toe. I'm
so
sorry.
here's the thing. I never
You
played
can
Slime
crash the
Rancher.
game
You can
with
crash the
chickens.
game.
With
Oh my
chickens.
god.
Chicken.
God.
Because they constantly breed, and once you get past a certain part, they just stay inside your farm, and they're just all over the ground. You can continue that.
So
until
basically, what you're saying
forever.
is ocean of chickens.
Exact, bro.
I
Slime
love
Rancher?
it.
No. Chicken Rancher.
Nah, it's not even chicken rancher at that point. It's just chicken breeder.
Chicken breeder sim.
No, wait. That sounds... Wait, my brain went to places I don't want to talk about.
Clap.
Lamar.
Hey, yo.
No.
Yo, you want to breed chickens?
Hey, yo! Alright,
Also, forgive
So that's one of the
forgive for
games
not
that
being
came
able to
out
recreate
recently.
the old way that we
do-
used to record when we all had our
I-
models and shit. But like, just can't be
It's
bothered.
whatever. It's whatever.
Understandable.
I have two different topics, but I think the first one I want to go with is the anime about the romantic interest being a chair from the guy that made Your Name.
Oh my god.
There's a
They-
romantic
Oh
interest
my
chair.
god.
Yes!
Chair-kun?
This
The
summer,
guy gets
Ross
stripped to a
Schneider is a chair.
Chair-kun, no.
I fucking can't. When I saw that,
Chair-kun,
I
not
was
in
like,
that
no.
position.
This has to be the worst thing I've
Like,
heard of since
It has to be fake.
since Rent a
It
Girlfriend.
has to be
the best
fake,
thing I've
but
ever
it's
fucking heard
not.
of.
There's no way it's real. There's no way. I'm looking it up.
Chair-kun, not in
Look your
that
mom.
position.
The
No way.
problem
Oh
is
my
that
God.
it's by the guy that made he's literally my favorite animated movie director. He made Garden of Words. He made Your Name. He made like a bunch of Weathering with You. He made 5 centimeters per second. Like so many of the bigger movies in the anime world, he made them, and now he's making Chair-kun.
How
So
much you want to bet that this is like a passion project of his that he's always wanted to do because it's so ridiculous and out there, but the animation is so beautiful that
It
you just
is! It
have
looks
to like
so good,
watch it and
bro.
laugh at the ridiculousness.
I'm sorry, but he fell off.
The trailer goes crazy.
One game that just came out maybe like 2 days ago at tops. I don't know, literally, yeah, 2 days ago. Literally 2 days ago. It's for VR. It's called Bone Lab instead of Boneworks. If anyone knows of that game, which is yeah. Bone Lab came out, and it was a game that was accidentally made and accidentally released.
What?
Oh
You
wait,
mean-
what?
It was accidentally made because it was one of the devs' passion projects during quarantine, and they were
Aw.
going to announce it at one point, but every time that they were going to announce it, one of the other devs were like, because that one dev that was doing the passion project was like, you know what, this is actually a good game. Let me do it with all the other devs. The other devs were all just like, every once in a while, whenever they were just like, this is, we should probably advertise this. We should probably advertise this. It kept going and going because they were like, no, we just need a little bit more work because then it'll look even better when we advertise it. And it just kept going like that until they almost finished the game, and that's when they advertised it.
Oh my gosh.
And then they essentially, I think from what I heard, the person who did the people who Stress Level Zero, the boss of Stress Level Zero, which is the I guess the whole dev section, he didn't hear that it was releasing until like 2 days prior. So like
That's
September
crazy.
27th, the dev team was like, hey, so we're releasing this the 29th. And the boss was like, what? You're doing what?
He was like, "That you mean that game?"
You mean the game that you literally started back in like 2020? Are you sure it's ready? And they're like, oh yeah, we accidentally perfected it.
I'm looking at it and it looks so fucking cool. I
No,
just don't
you
have
can
shit.
you can add models into it. So like if you play VR chat,
Oh, that's
you can add your
awesome.
model into there.
Oh,
And
hold up.
they add it. So you know how like in any game, when you add a model into it, it's just like essentially just your skin. It doesn't have any attributes to it, right?
Yeah.
In this game, it does.
Wait, what?
There's
How
there's
so?
actual changes in your attributes. So like there's if you look at one of the like the first one, the first video on stream, or not on stream, on Steam, you'll see them changing like their avatar. There's certain avatars that are super lanky that have better ability to do things like flinging people because they have higher strength and higher
Oh.
they actually put attributes to your skin.
That's actually really cool.
That's badass.
Like there's this one super big one, like they have a bunch preloaded in there, obviously, so that way you can play with it. And there's one that's just a really big dude that kind of reminds me of like Soulsborne game, the guy with way too much armor and he just looks fat.
Yeah.
It's basically that guy, and he just has super big durability. It's kind of hard to kill him because he just has so much health because he's just big. So
So you're
I'm
telling me? So you're telling me
Sounds
if
like it's
I
gonna
get
be pretty
if I
cool.
eat a lot, I will inherently have more HP points.
yeah, essentially.
That sounds badass. I'm gonna start eating a bit more.
Oh my god.
Uh,
So
us-
Oh my god.
yeah, yes, cat.
I was gonna say, going off of the topic of janky games and things that just weird things that happen in games. Something happened to me last night while I was playing Resident Evil 3.
Oh,
Uh,
God.
the fucking have any of you played the well, obviously not Burb, but have any of you played the remake of Resident Evil 3?
No.
I have not played any of the Resident Evil games except for that one time in 2020 when I was out with the boys and they wanted me to play this like Resident Evil like horror game demo on VR, and that was the only one I ever did.
Yeah, look, I'm a
Oh.
bitch. I can't do horror. Anyway.
Okay, anyways, Resident Evil 3, you have Jill and Carlos. And of course, you know, Resident Evil 2, you have some time before Mr. X shows up and starts fucking everything up. No, they do not give Jill a fucking break. Like, not even 5 seconds into the game, Nemesis is crashing through the walls and shit.
Oof.
So I'm like 2 hours into the game. I'm in this spot where I essentially have to just run from Nemi. And I blow up these barrels, put them to the ground, and I run backwards thinking, okay, this is going to be fine. I'm going to be able to get back to the subway. I'm blocked off. Fuck. All right, that's fine. There's more barrels in the hallway that I can use to basically stun him so I can run past him without getting hit. So I'm waiting for him to come down the hall, and I'm aiming my gun at these barrels and shit. And I can just hear his footsteps. And there's like a little corner, and I'm behind that corner. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm like, where is this guy? So I come around. This asshole is stuck behind the doors I came through, just walking into the wall. I'm just
oh
like,
my god.
Hey, sounds like your plan worked.
Yeah, no, it worked.
I'm just like, what the? This dude has literally been flinging himself around the city like a fucking Spider-Man, crashing through walls and just like demolishing buildings, but he can't walk through a fucking door. And essentially, I was just stuck because the moment I opened that door, he was gonna grab me, and I had no healing items. So I was just like, you know what? We're just gonna end it here.
Ooh.
Honestly,
God.
one of the worst feelings in games is when you realize that you've accidentally effed yourself so hard that like no matter what you do, you're gonna die. Especially one of the main reasons like I will make multiple save files is there's no worse feeling than getting really far in a game and then saving after a point where you fucked yourself, so no matter what you do after you load that save file, you can't win. Have y'all done that, right? Like
Yes.
that shit
Yes.
sucks.
Yeah.
That shit's ass.
I've done that in Pokemon in the early games.
Yeah.
I accidentally released like my main Pokemon who was the highest level.
No.
I couldn't go back because
No.
I had skipped one of the trainers and their levels were too high and the grass at that point was too high. So I sat there with like a level 3 or 4 fucking Pidgey essentially. And I was in an area with level 20s. I
Oh,
couldn't
shit.
do anything.
That's ass.
Dude, the first time I
God.
ever released a Pokemon, I genuinely sat down and cried for like 20 minutes. I was like 7. I don't know. I didn't even know what release meant in English, but like I was like,
Lamo.
oh, what does this funny button do? I released my Shinx, and I was like, they're gonna kill her. She's gonna die.
Bro, and this is why my Pokemon home looks like a fucking war zone. I have
Yeah.
so much Pokemon. You will never see me release a goddamn one.
Like, Pokemon has given me some of my best memories and some of my most traumatizing ones because the amount of times that those old games froze up and fucked over your like
Oh
entire
god,
save
yeah.
Does
was
anyone remember finding Red by yourself? Like you were never told about Red. Did you remember finding him
in
Yes.
the
and
hard gold.
battling him and then you realize, oh,
It's
that's a level 100 Charizard.
Yeah, no, I remember when I first went up there, I was like, oh, cool, another 88 Pikachu. What the fuck is this?
No, it's so because like I found him like shortly after I beat the Elite Four in one of my runs, and I found him and I was like, all right, cool. So I'm gonna battle him. Whatever. It's not gonna be like super difficult. At most, it's gonna be like, champion level stat. No. Fucking level 100 Charizard immediately. And I just sat there and I looked at it and I was like, huh. No.
All right, so I kind of lied when I said found him by myself. It was actually Jello who was just like, "Hey, have you gone to the top of X mountain?" I'm like, "Oh no, should I?" She's like, "Yeah, you get a really cool item if you go up
Oh
there."
my god.
The debate. The debate.
For me,
The
Hard
betrayal.
Gold was my favorite. Like to this day, is my favorite because it's the very first Pokemon game I ever completed. So it's like it's got that like nostalgic feeling to it. But like at the time, I didn't like know a whole lot about the Pokemon world and everything. And so like when I beat that first game, right, I had gotten to the point where I knew to save a lot, right? So I remember like going up this thing and going up and I was like, there's gotta be something up here, right? There's gotta be a reason that there's like it just keeps going up, right? And I get to the very top and I walked up to him and I don't think I had saved, but like like it hadn't been that far because again I used to save like all the time just out of like
Yeah,
pure
religiously.
Yeah.
PTSD. Yeah. And so I walk up to him and it's like it just felt like any other battle. And then it's the same that like the only thing I compare it to is the same feeling of walking into the house with Cynthia. It's like I'm
You're
fucked.
versing the Garchomp after the third time.
And you're like struggling to, because I'm not gonna lie, I did what a lot of people did in those older games. I bum rushed the end of the game without leveling up my team evenly.
I thought
So
that's
Oh.
like
what you were supposed to
you
do.
got like the level you got your level 8 like 75 starter and the rest are at like 55 or
If you're
lower.
lucky, bro. If you're lucky.
And so you've got like you walk up to you fucking walk up to Red. You like that's the scariest thing is it's like once your starter goes down, then you're just frantically just trying to spam heals into your starter as they literally just trash your Pokemon. Like at that point, your lower Pokemon are literally just sacrificial lambs so that you can revive your fucking starter.
Yeah. I think.
Bro,
I think.
Get this, bro.
I remember rezzing the sacrificial lambs While I
remember
had
doing that shit too.
while I had my starter in the back, like I had him out and I was reviving the sacrificial lambs so that
So
when
that
he
you would
inevitably
have
dropped,
more. I
I
remember
was
that
able
shit.
to
So
use
that you
it.
have more sacrifices.
God damn
I
it!
think in the
You guys
battle,
are murderers.
Bro,
I think I dropped like
I was
20 revives.
efficient.
that is a core memory though, like honestly, because you're like, okay, he didn't die in the first hit. My sacrificial lamb managed to make it. That means I can revive someone else.
When he survives the first hit, so you res the other sacrificial
The
lamb.
Pokemon just
When-
there like, oh
when
my god, I'm on half health. Trainer,
when you
please.
get
Nah, bro, you
when
got
you get
this.
the when you
Man,
get the
poor level
enemy
30
monster
KT.
down to
Good
red,
job.
and then they
Good
just instantly full heal, and you're like, wait,
Oh
you're not
God!
you're not supposed to do that.
Dude, the full heal
I
tactic pissed
can't.
me off back in the day.
I think Pokemon Black or White, I can't remember which one I had at the time.
Oh,
Was the first game that I did that because I battled the Elite Four with that strat, right? I
oh.
accidentally just bum rushed the entire game. I had my level fucking 70 something starter, and the rest of my team was in their 30s and 20s. I don't know. I entered in, I beat the first Elite Four. I was like, cool, res everyone, whatever. I died that run so quick after the second one. I went to the Pokemart, and at that time, when you're at the end of the game, you have way too much money.
Yeah.
I had 100 res revives.
Oh my God.
The
would like
end of the Elite Four, I had 10.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god.
Dude.
10 on
I like
each one of them gets 10.
I'm not gonna lie, by the end of the game, like in every single like game after I like learned my lesson, I like right before I'd go into the gym, I would literally just spend all the money I'd made that game and dump it into hyper potions and revives. Like that
Bro,
was where
honestly.
all my
After
money went.
after X and Y, you
I've
don't really have to do that because every single Pokemon game
Here's
after X and Y has been
it's
like,
like fucking easy.
yeah,
No,
dude. I
Yeah.
bum rushed. I bum
Sword
rushed
and
every single
Shield.
game.
Sword and Shield
Since-
was an accident to me because
An
the fucking
accident?
it was an accident because they did not balance the fucking wild area. You cannot prove me otherwise.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
No.
they did not.
I I got the game on the day of release, so I wanted to try the new feature of the raids. I got the XP candies. I was level 40. My starter was level 40, challenging the first gym.
Yeah, no,
God.
the thing
Oh
I
my
realized with
gosh.
that, right, is like because then that Sword and Shield, right, was the
Yeah.
first ever game where I had Pokemon that would not listen to me because I was too like they were too high level for me. Every other game I've never had that happen because I was just bum rushing the gyms, so I had like a level 50 plus gym badge before I even had like a level 30 Pokemon, right? Like just crazy, right? Sword and Shield, you're over here catching Pokemon that won't listen to your commands because you've got like a level 20 gym badge, level 20 or lower will listen to you, and you've got like these high as level Pokemon that just don't want to listen to anything you have to say. And
If
it's
you
it,
so what I learned when I was playing it is if you have the Pokemon and they're not if you catch the Pokemon, right? You're supposed to catch the Pokemon. So like you catch a Wooloo, right?
yeah.
Wooloos will listen to you. And you overlevel them yourself with raids, they still listen to you.
What?
I
didn't-
got
didn't
to
know that.
like the 4th gym and my starter was level 60. It
I'm
was
surprised-
already like end game.
I will say one thing about Sword and Shield that really pissed me off. Every Pokemon game, right? Every Pokemon game has gotten what I would say a little bit easier. Sword and Shield was the first time I was genuinely upset with the main story, not because it was bad, but because I genuinely enjoyed our rivals and didn't get to actually have a challenge against them. It pissed me off. It's like
Bro,
you
they were so
doing
easy.
characters and then you fucking let me one shot them all with like my fucking starters double kick thing because I had Cinderace and I'm just over here sending one fireball into their entire team. So I just have
Well,
like
the
no
Fire
fun.
Bunny, so the Fire Bunny, right? The Fire Bunny
Cinderace.
Yeah,
was
Cinderace.
the easiest fucking starter to choose because most
Ah.
of the new Pokemon were steel
Yeah.
types.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. I wasn't even
Yeah.
thinking about it when I
It
did
was
it,
so dumb. I didn't expect it. I was just like, "Ooh, look, soccer bunny. I'm Hispanic. Let's do stereotypes."
Sucker, but
Uh,
Burb,
but
your
no.
mum. You don't. You're not gonna. I'm not standing for this. Ah,
That's
fuck
okay. You can sit
you.
down.
I'm
That's
not standing
funny.
for this
Oh
shit.
my god.
Got the nerve, the audacity,
You know,
I'm
the
Hispanic. Shut up.
tranquility,
fire like
the
the feisty
fuckery.
Tina.
So
Herb,
I
I love
just chose
you.
him out of I chose him out of shits and giggles essentially, and I didn't realize it until halfway through. I was like, "Why the fuck is everyone dying in one shot?" And then I checked like
Honestly.
their shits, and I was like, "Why are all of the new Pokemon steel? What is this?"
Nothing's more infuriating than like being over here one-shotting characters when
What
I'm
do you
like
mean?
actually like hmm?
I walked around
Bro,
fucking Pokemon Black and
one
White,
thing,
walking to
one.
the small little kid. They pull out their little
Oh
Pokemon,
my
the little,
god,
they pull out their
That's a
Lillipup,
fucking
and I just pull out my
Rayquaza.
fucking Zekrom.
Wait,
Listen.
why did you guys use the fucking experience candy? Like I knew from the start that that was gonna make that shit like
I
very
used
boring.
it
And
because
even
it was
without
a
them,
new thing. It was a
even
new thing,
without
and I
them, it was
wanted to
too
play
fucking
with it.
easy.
I wanted to play with it, so I fucked
Honestly,
with it.
same.
I
Oh,
got-
another reason. Sorry, Burb. Just sorry.
You're good.
Go on, go on, go on.
The reason why I use the experience candy is because I had this friend who years ago was just like, "Hey, dude, you want to see something fucking hilarious?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, so they go into Wonder Trade and they send out this level 100 fucking Magikarp. And I was just absolutely ecstatic. And so I started doing the same thing. And so essentially, I would just use these EXP candies to grab a Magikarp and just and get them up to level 100, and I would send them out. And then I would have people so fucking mad that they sent me over like
I
a
think-
level 2 Bidoof, and I
No,
sent a
I-
level 100 Magikarp, and they would
I
start
th-
trying to like challenge to a battle and shit. And I'm just like, nah.
I think the funniest thing I've ever done to fuck with someone, I didn't know the person personally because I think it'd be funnier that way, is I grinded to do this. I grinded for a shiny Magikarp.
Oh. Oh no.
Put an Everstone on that bitch.
Oh no.
Level 100 that bitch. And sent him off.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Someone got a level 100 shiny fucking Magikarp.
Oh my god.
And they
No.
couldn't do a damn thing. I named that shit Rock.
No, because
I
yeah,
made-
like if it's even if it's level 99, you can still evolve it. But once it hits 100, you're fucked.
I named that Magikarp Rock because all it is a fucking paperweight.
So I would cry. I would release that thing into
Hey,
back
no,
into
no,
the
no, no, no,
wild.
no,
Is
no.
it bad to say that I'm the only one who doesn't get what's going on just now?
Well, because the funnier
No,
part
you're
about that,
fine.
right? Because you can release it, but then you still have the pain of releasing a shiny.
Because like right now in Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can evolve them anyways. So
Really?
if they released it,
Oh, yeah,
then
in Arceus,
they missed
yeah.
out on that. And if they didn't, they could have gotten the Chinese Gyarados like fucking level 100, but then the movesets.
You know what they
So-
might have
Yeah,
done?
its
though?
movesets are fucked then. But in Arceus, you can still change that.
You
Oh, yeah.
wonder traded it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say one thing. I stopped doing wonder trades after I got a little bit older because I realized that the majority of the Pokemon I was getting were probably just cheated in, like because a lot of people use the replay system, and I just didn't like the thought of like running around with a Pokemon that wasn't caught fairly. Like the entire thing for me was the genuine like feeling of catching a Pokemon, right? And so if I was wanting to get a Pokemon, I wanted to know it was like a something that they actually cherished, not just a random one that was generated.
I
in,
mean,
you know?
I cherished that Magikarp up until level 100. So.
Oh, no. I
God
was
damn
just,
it.
I was just.
It was
I mean,
so-
you're not gonna get a Pokemon someone cherished through fucking Wonder Trade. You're
That is
gonna
fair.
get the things that they're like, I don't really like this one, so I'm just gonna send it out.
Yeah, and
Or
that's
you
part
could
of
be
like when
Burb
I
and
was
just torture
when I
someone.
was really young. When I was really
Look,
young, I didn't understand that.
I
you know,
think I
but-
did one other one, which was just like a Caterpie. Where I hunt the amount because I've accidentally, and by accidentally I mean somewhat purposely, but still accidentally, because by the time I
Oh my
noticed I
God.
was doing it, I had a shiny living dex. Okay, I still have 2 shiny living dexes.
The pain.
I would shiny hunt for shits and giggles to find stupid Pokemon. Stupid fucking Pokemon. Name them the dumbest shit. Give them the dumbest fucking moves and send them out.
I
Just so people could just be questioning my existence.
I do want to say one thing, and that's
You
that
have too
like
much time.
one of the
Yeah, I do.
best feelings in like older games, like it feels like modern games don't really have this. Like Elden Ring is probably like one of the better examples of it, but like it feels like a lot of games nowadays don't have the same challenge, especially in the Pokemon world. It's like the challenge of losing to red over and over and over again, or like the heart gold champion even, and like that feeling of like listening to the theme over and over and over again to the point where like half the time I was going crazy from listening
Your
to it,
fucking
and then the
ears are
other and then
you're in
the
the
other
Cynthia fight for
and
the
then and
20th
then
time.
the other time though you're like getting hyped. You're like it's like you can't decide whether you want to tear your ears out or you actually are getting hyped with the music because like you're finally starting to take out their Pokemon. You're feeling really hyped with the music, like yeah, and then you get shit on and you're like fuck, and you're hearing the song again for the first time with your fucking first like well, yeah, like you go in and you're fucking like livid and you're like fuck this shit, I don't want to play anymore, but you're still
Uh,
going through the Elite Four
I
over and over and over again and shitting on them. Oh my
I
god.
had a buddy of mine. And we'll call him Dave. His name isn't Dave, but we'll call him Dave. Dave
Alright.
wasn't good at games.
Oh,
He
Oh
wasn't
my
good at
God.
specifically. He was good at FPS. He specifically wasn't good at Pokemon.
okay.
He couldn't. He would study, the type advantages, all this stuff. The game did not like him. It took him 50 attempts to beat Cynthia.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
So
He beat Cynthia and sold the game immediately.
can
Like,
I
I think he didn't even sell it for like a good price at the time because that game was still popular at that point. He could have
I
sold that at like $30. He sold it for $1.
I
Oh
would
my
like to I
God.
would like to say something about Pokemon Diamond. So, probably one of my favorite achievements from any Pokemon game. So I've always been a very stubborn person, right? So like when I get somewhere, the last thing I wanted to do was turn back around and grind, right? Like it felt
We know
like
you're stubborn because you wouldn't admit that
my
you're a bottom.
fuck you.
True.
Anyway, the thing here, right, is that I would get to like when I got to a challenge, right, I was going to conquer that challenge like the way I
Regardless.
entered it, right? I got to Cynthia, like she was Pokemon Diamond was the final early game I ever beat, right? Because I would put the game down and then come back to it and put the game down, come back to it. And I finally did it. I had a level 54 Torterra as my highest Pokemon, and I fucking beat that shit. And I will never forget how fucking like devastating it was to keep going back into the Cynthia battle over and over
Like,
and over and over and over because I would not turn around and grind. I was going to beat her with my level 54 Torterra and my fucking 10 hyper potions and like 2 revives. And I
that
fucking
was
over
it.
and over and over and over. And like just pure tenacity is the only reason I finally won that. Like I remember like just fucking like jumping up and down in like
Bro,
fucking joy
I
when I finally
imagine
beat her because I was like tearing my hair out trying to win.
that like if the game characters were real, Cynthia at the very end was just like, fuck this, bro. I think my biggest achievement, was the game that I grew up on, Pokemon Pearl, right?
Yeah.
I found that shit in the dirt at my
Oh, fucking
campgrounds.
this fucking story.
I remember
I
this
love
one.
this story. It's a great story.
It is.
I found this shit in the dirt, brought it home, forgot that it was in my pants, washed it.
Oh god.
It still worked. I booted it up. I played it. I got the Turtwig because Turtwig, I was just like, he looks so cute. I just want to squish his face.
You little turtle.
And I got the Turtwig. I grinded as I always do, and I still do it to this fucking day. I grinded before the first gym to level 16 so that it could fucking evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Turtwig glitched and turned to Torterra.
What?
What?
At level 16, I had a Torterra. I remember this so vividly because I was like, oh, this must, it'd be super rare and, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Not a damn thing. A few years later, I start interacting with a lot more people who played Pokemon, and I would tell them this, and they were like, fucking what? And I was like, yeah, that's never happened to you?
Like,
They were like,
no.
no.
I want to make a disclaimer. Any kids watching, first of all, what the fuck are you doing here? Second of all, do not wash your coin cartridges. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, no.
Look, I will say this: DS games were almost indestructible.
Oh, yeah, they were.
Switch
no,
games,
you
Switch
have no
games
idea
are
how many
not
games
the
I've watched.
same.
Honestly, hold on.
I
Sorry
want to
for cutting
say
you
that
off.
the devices from our era, from when we were kids, were so much more durable than they seem to be now. I
They
swear
Bro,
companies are
bro,
making
they're-
them less durable
DS
for
games,
more money.
DS games remind me of myself when I was younger because my family would call me fucking rubber. I was like Luffy because I'd get fucking injured and pop back up like it was goddamn nothing.
One funny story I do have with relating to like how honestly this was just a weird story in general because I got so pissed at a Pokemon game one time. I think it was the original Black and White before it was like Black and White 2 and all that.
Yeah.
I take it out of the cartridge mid game. I don't even think about saving. I just pull it out immediately, for like back finger, pull that shit out the thing, and I dash it across my room. Tell me why a few minutes after finally calming myself down, I go look for it. It's nowhere to be seen. Not underneath the door, anywhere. I heard it hit the door, but after that, it was nowhere in sight.
So
Like at all. I searched the whole
that-
room for it. It was gone.
So the Pokemon
up
Pearl.
until now, I just realized with with like the whole back room shit. I'm just like, did that shit?
Oh my
no
god,
clip?
it's just in there, dog. That shit's in there.
It is in the back room at that point. I was like, oh my god.
I think the most depressing memory that I have in my childhood, besides a lot of things, besides like a lot of trauma,
Oh no.
is my mother grounded me one day because I wasn't doing well, whatever. Didn't take the DS away, just took my Pearl game, the Pearl game that my level 16 Torterra was in, and I've never seen it to this day.
Oh my god.
Seriously?
She took it away. My dad hit it. It vanished.
He took it
Thin
with
air,
him.
dog. That man went to the afterlife playing Pokemon Pearl.
To be fair,
He went to grab
they did the
milk,
right
bro,
thing.
that's
You had
it.
too much power in your possession for that shit.
True.
I
really
did it
did.
too.
Good knowledge
You
for your own good.
destroyed the world with that game.
I would like to say though that same like mentality that got me to beat Cynthia is how I got Ho-Oh in a Pokeball. Because you know the bell tower, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
I got all the way up to the top of the tower and I saved before because you save before every legendary. I learned that the hard way, so you don't faint one. So so I cause like that sucked. I had to like restart
Yeah.
the save and go all the way back. Anyway, that's not the point. So I save at the top of the tower, right? And here's the thing about me, right? Super stubborn. I have like 10 ultra balls, like 25, 30 great balls, and like 40 pokeballs, right? And
Yeah.
I'm over here burning through the ultra like the ultra balls super fast because I've only got like 10 of them. But like, and then I'm going through the great balls, and I have 40 pokeballs, and I'm just going through each and every one of them because I'm like, I am not going back down this tower to buy more. I'm fucking doing this right here, right? So I'm sitting there for a while just doing this, and this will forever be one of my happiest memories because it's one of the luckiest things that happened to me in Pokemon. And I'm going through and I'm going through and I'm going through. I'm on the last Pokeball. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to restart this shit. And I throw it and it shakes and it shakes and it clicks And I will never forget that because not only was it a Pokeball, it was the last Pokeball, right? So
Okay.
this was it burnt through every all the Ultra Balls, all the Great Balls, all I had no Pokeballs, but I
You
got it.
I don't want to one up your story. I don't. However,
It's
I
okay.
have something absolutely similar.
It's okay.
The only issue is that I had like 100 Ultra Balls.
All right.
I had like 120 or some shit
Is
in
this the
Great
one where-
Balls.
yep,
I had like
Yeah, this is the
200
one.
Pokeballs.
Oh my
This
god.
is the one. This
I
one
had
always has me laughing my ass
everything,
off,
and
though.
I didn't want. So this was specifically in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire,
Yeah.
and you go to get Gyarados, not Gyarados, fucking
Gyarados. Let's go.
Kyogre, right? I save just like anyone else, and I start the battle. I went through every single fucking Pokeball I had. Nothing. I restarted the game. I went through an entire other bag of Pokeballs. Restarted the game. I went 4 entire bags before I was like, you know what? I will catch this in a Pokeball. You don't get the luxury of an Ultra Ball.
Nah, see,
It took me
level of pettiness
8
was too
fucking
much.
attempts.
Fuck no. See, that level of pettiness was not by me. I was like, every time I reset, I was like, I don't care what Pokeball, just get in one. Just fucking get in one.
No,
I was
I
not
was
gonna sit there
petty.
with my Pokeball.
Was fucking petty. I didn't catch it in 4 attempts with Ultra Balls, Great Balls, Pokeballs. 4 attempts with that's at least 400 Ultra Ball attempts, 400 Great Ball attempts, and at least 800 Pokeball attempts in 4 attempts. I was like, you're getting in a Pokeball. You no longer earned the right for an Ultra Ball. Fuck you.
Nah,
It took
because
8 attempts. But I got that motherfucker in that Pokeball. And I named him that motherfucking piece of shit. I named him and I said, fuck you. And I had, because you know how like by the time that Ultra Sapphire came out, they had implemented like you can't curse on Pokemon names.
Yeah.
I made sure that it wouldn't bleep it out. And I put like all sorts of fucking symbols in it that it made it obvious what I said, but not enough to detect. I made sure that fucking Kyogre fucking got what he deserved in that fucking Pokeball.
that's amazing.
I think when it came to me moving it to Pokemon Home, I found him again and I released that motherfucker. I was like, I'm not having you. I refuse. Get out.
Damn, that's
Leave.
extra petty, bro.
That's mega petty.
I was not having it, bro. I wasn't having it.
Bro, it's
Why
like,
would you
it's like
release
when
him
you-
after he gave you such a fucking hard time? Why would you let him just go back into the wild? Why wouldn't you just revel in your success of finally fucking having him?
I
it was no
did.
success, I don't
For
think.
like years.
Then he got fed up of it.
I was just sitting there. Because remember when Pokemon Home came out, you could transfer everything from Pokemon Bank over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I found him. When Pokemon Home came out, I found him and I was like, leave. You no longer get to you no longer have the joy of being in a Switch. Go fuck yourself.
With base
I'm
odds,
petty.
I've only ever found 2 shinies, right? And
Mhm.
I would be willing to bet that like in my opinion they're 2 of the coolest shinies, right? Like, but like I still like remember the pain of losing a shiny, right? Because the shiny, right, is like the one thing where like you can't save the game, right? Like in every other situation you can save the game, right? You can save the game before like a boss battle. You can save the game before a legendary. When you're in the battle, right? Because of how it works, you can't save in the middle of the battle, right?
Yeah.
I had like just started like I'll always forget whether it was Black and White 1 or 2, but it was in like one of those areas where like the Magnemites are like and I ran into a shiny Magnemite with like 10 Pokeballs and I'm throwing a few and I've got him into the yellow and I probably have like 6, 7, 8 Pokeballs left at this point. and I'm like I'm getting really nervous, like my fingers are sweating. I'm like, and so I'm like, if I can just get him into the red, if I can just get him into the red, I'll be good. I don't want to run out of Pokeballs. And he faints, and my
Oh
heart
no.
drops. And
I
So
so
wanna. Yeah.
I sat in that same patch of grass for like an hour and a half, just going through it over and over because I was just distraught. Like I could not be brought to play the game. I was just mindlessly
I
through the
No,
grass.
I know exactly how you feel, Gatito, because I had the chance of having a shiny Tyranitar. I found a
oof.
shiny Larvitar
Oof.
completely by chance, and I was in one. I was setting up my team so I could fucking build it up, and I was about to leave the area, and I found a shiny Larvitar, and it shredded my fucking team. I had my team full of like level 20s, level 10s, and the Larvitar was like around level 40, and I didn't want to kill
Oh.
it. I kept spamming it with fucking Pokeballs, and it got to the point where I ran out of fucking heals, not Pokeballs, heals to rest my team. Bro, my entire team got wiped by a level 40
My
Larvitar.
my worst shiny experience was shiny hunting in the fucking Safari Zone
Ugh.
Oof.
because this was before like the new games had come out, and this was like you had to catch specific. There was no other way to catch these very specific Pokemon unless it was in the
Yeah.
Safari Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you the amount of shinies that fled,
Oof.
and it stings and it hurts every fucking time.
Okay.
You're like, oh, come on, I just found it. Cool, you're gonna get in the ball, and you throw one bait at it, and it fucking runs.
I I have a rather painful shiny experience.
Mm.
This was Heart Gold Soul Silver, one of the two.
All right.
And I was on this little island just doing some like grinding the Pokemon and whatnot, and I come across a shiny Lunatone. And I am ecstatic. I'm showing Jelly, I'm just like, oh my god, check it out. And she's like, oh yeah. I think I was annoying her that day. And then so like I barely started this battle and it uses fucking what was it? Like, that one where they
Self-destruct?
essentially explode.
Self-destruct.
No, self-destruct.
The
Oh.
self-destruct. And I was just like, why? Why would you do this to me?
Oh my god.
I actually
Oh,
sat there in stunned silence. Meanwhile, Jelly's next to me losing her fucking shit. She can't fucking breathe. She's laughing so hard. I'm just like, you're a bitch.
Oh my god, I'd be
Well,
broken if someone was laughing at my pain in that moment, bro.
welcome
I
to
would break
the
down.
shiny. Welcome
No
to the shiny
shit.
Pokemon
I,
all
Therapy
right.
here
I've got one more.
Shut.
Okay, so I got
You
really into. Oh, sorry, what was it?
no, this will be the
Oh,
final one for the Pokemon section.
yeah, we should probably. Okay, so I got really into shinies, and I really, ever since like the Heart Gold, like my first game, I'd been trying different methods, right? And back then, like the egg hatching method, like I mean ever since, it's been a pretty steady method, right? Was one of the good ones. So I would just go up and down on the bike. I never really had any luck with Heart Gold. X and Y came the fishing method, which was like a really easy chain fishing method, and I caught like maybe like 4 or 5 through like fishing because it was just so easy to catch them. But I didn't. It was like it was only fish that you could catch with the method, right? You could only fish them up. So I was like, eh. But Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby came up with the chaining with like the decks. Like I forget exactly how it went,
Dex
but you had
nav.
to like yeah, you had to like find you had to like set it to only go to a certain species, right? And like it would start to like blink when you got like certain. So you had to make sure that you only were touching that species, that you could
Yeah,
not break the chain, right? So I started going through all of them, and I was going through. I caught a shiny Beedrill. I caught a few different shinies. I even, without realizing at the time, caught a shiny Ralts that is now a shiny Gardevoir, but like I didn't realize at the time because it wasn't like I caught it with my first Pokeball. I caught it with a few, and it wasn't until after that I remember that Ralts has teleport. So I'm looking at the Ralts, the shiny Ralts I caught, and I'm looking in the inventory, and I'm like, holy shit, they had teleport. And I was like sitting there in stunned silence. But out of all of those, right, all the ones I got them in maybe 100 to 200, right, maybe a couple tries. Zigzagoon, that bitch ass Pokemon.
I like Zigzagoon.
Fuck
Zigzagoon
Zigzagoon.
was my TM bitch, bro.
Because I was like, I wanted to catch a shiny Zigzagoon. I tried for more times than all the other fucking shinies combined and never caught that shit. I probably put like 1,500 into him overall into like how long I did because I would go like on like 100 chains, maybe 100 plus chains, just would continue trying and then the chain would break and I just kept going, kept going, kept going for days on end trying to catch the little fucking orange fucking I stopped after that. I
Look,
stopped shiny hunting after that because he pissed me off so
I
fuck.
think the worst shiny that you ever want to go for is Abra. Never do it.
Yeah.
Why not? But
He
because then you
teleports.
get Kadabra and
He
Alakazam. Use
teleports.
a fast
Abra
ball,
and Ralts are
Huh?
like the
a quick ball.
it's not a guarantee though, and if the quick ball breaks and he could teleport. The same with Ralts. I would
I mean,
never.
you could do it for like the Masuda method with just the one breeding.
Yeah, you can do that, but if you're trying to like chain one,
Don't do it.
good luck. Good
My
luck.
shiny Gardevoir is one of my favorite shinies because it is not like one that I would recommend other people go for. Like if I
Okay,
had known at the time that they could teleport, I wouldn't have gone for it. But
real
I
quick.
forgot all about it.
So now let's switch gears. I got 3 animes that are pretty new that I
All right,
finished,
all right.
Which are
and Black Summoner,
Yeah.
Oh
which
yes, that one was good. That one was good.
such a great fucking show. If
Yes.
whoever does decide to fucking listen to this podcast, and you haven't seen Black Summoner, watch it. It's
I would highly agree with that.
just a great fucking show.
I haven't watched it, so what?
Fucking watch it.
About?
No,
Very
no,
enjoyable.
fucking watch it. Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you,
Okay,
watch it now.
listen, you're
You dumb bitch.
recommending the anime to viewers and
Yeah,
listeners,
no,
but,
I
yeah,
don't-
but
I don't-
tell them what the fuck it's about. 'cause,
No,
like,
no, they can fucking look it up. I believe in your ability to fucking open Google. All right.
We're not spoiling it for them. Just watch the fucking anime. We
I
gave
can't.
you an
I'm
order.
bad at summaries. You think I passed English anyway?
read the synopsis.
No.
The synopsis
What is it
is
about?
Black Summoner.
What is it about?
Fucking.
Black Summoner is a Japanese light novel series written by the I cannot pronouncing that shit.
Here you
Wait,
go.
that's the
There you go.
pronunciation.
That's what it has on
But-
Crunchyroll.
Kelvin
Kelvin
finds
finds-
himself reincarnated into another world with a goddess Melfina as his servant and guide. He no longer has memories from his previous life because he's traded them for the advanced magic skills of a summoner. But not so fast. First, he must start his exciting new life as a common adventurer to avoid drawing too much attention to himself for the time being. So essentially, it's Konosuba.
No, not at all.
No, it's
No.
Konosuba.
Nothing like Konosuba.
Anyway, by the
because
way, the fucking
when-
person, like the goddess or whatever I think it was, all I heard in that
Yeah.
moment was 4 letters, and it was just it.
Another show that's super fucking good. It just finished maybe like a bit ago.
Oh.
Was Lamau MILF.
yeah, factual.
Was banished from the hero party. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside.
That one was actually
It
really
is
good. That didn't come out
so
last season.
cute.
Didn't it come out a couple seasons ago?
I think it might have come out a couple seasons ago, but it just finished. Didn't it? I don't know.
Did it? Let me check.
Released May
Maybe I'm-
24th. No, never mind.
Banished from.
Yeah,
Whoa.
released May 24th, so I'm just late.
If
Okay, yeah, I
anyone
was
wants
like,
a really, really
that
nice, wholesome anime, I suggest watching ReZero.
No, shut up.
yeah,
I
Look,
love
if
that
you
too.
want,
No,
if you want a
shut
wholesome,
up.
you enjoy
if you want a
trauma.
wholesome, if you want a wholesome fucking show, Boku no Pico.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Verb.
pain.
No, that's not even funny. That one's
Bro,
not
I
funny.
fell for that, bro. I fell for that when I was like in middle school, dude. I did. I fell for that in middle
That
school. I was
one's
like,
not even funny.
oh,
But yeah,
check
no.
you, girl. I'm like, no,
It's
not a girl.
horrid.
That's not a girl.
But if
Don't
you guys
actually
wanna
That
watch
one-
that show,
Don't,
please.
don't go
That
watch
one, like,
Don't.
I
Boku no
just
Pico. Oh my
Boku no
god,
Pico
Verb.
was like the middle
Of a-
school, like no, high school, like it was the Rickroll of anime. Like,
It really
yeah,
was, bro.
you know what anime you should watch? Boku no Pico. And this was before there was Boku no Hero Academia and those jokes started coming out.
Yeah,
And
So when they
bro,
said
I remember
Boku no
that.
Pico, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go check it. What have you done to me?
I feel like
What
just
the
I
fuck?
feel like
Uh,
just that being associated with My
Nuts
Hero.
and
So-
I
ice
feel like it's just
cream!
done it over.
So okay, if people wanna know briefly what banished from the heroes party is, my synopsis is just because someone doesn't seem useful in your party doesn't mean you have to get rid of them because they could be holding your entire party together. Shut the fuck up.
Basically,
Honestly,
the support healer.
If you like that
He's not a support healer. It's just support in period, like period.
I feel like
If you
almost
like
everybody like
that
in a
one,
party for like
Verb,
any form of
it's like Sid the Sloth. He is the sticky, gooey stuff
Yeah.
that keeps everyone together.
Yes.
this anime, this
yeah, he's
episode
Sid is the
just
comedic relief
released
because if Sid
today.
wasn't around, then Mandy would strangle Diego like in 5 seconds of him talking.
Honestly.
Verb,
So
this one I just sent,
Yeah.
same exact synopsis. I think it's gonna be the best anime this season.
Okay.
Which one?
They kicked him out of the party because he was like weak. Just watch the episode. It looks so fucking good, and the animation is so beautiful. I fucking love this one already.
Fair. So another great one, which is this is going to be late, and if you haven't seen it already, what the fuck are you doing with your existence? The Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited.
I watched that with
Batman?
my girlfriend. It
I
was
feel
so
like I've
good.
heard the name, but I
It's
don't
It is
such
so fucking good.
it's such a great fucking show.
So basically, it's
Uh,
about. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically, it's about a billionaire who joins this like private investigation crew, and it
And
is-
we don't know, not millionaire, not billionaire. This man fucking just it's that the title is millionaire, but that man I don't think ever
it's
can
Balance
lose
Unlimited.
enough money. Yeah, but it says no. This man could probably beat Batman in a betting contest.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, he's like the. Imagine if Batman was in like just officially joined some a police crew. That's basically this.
Essentially, Batman
know.
took coke, joined a police detective like agency, went
I'm checking this out.
went legal,
I can't.
and has way more money than like the universe can contemplate.
And the
It's-
intro
So
and
basically,
outro of
it's
the anime
Batman
are
if he joined
bangers.
the LAPD.
It's Batman if he joined the LAPD on coke and has more money than the universe can handle. Because right now, Batman has a lot of money, but
But this
a,
man's
a
gonna crash the
lot of
economy.
money is an understatement.
so if you think of Masamusa from like the history books, how he basically crashed the economy in Africa when he went and took a trip, that's essentially what this guy is.
Damn.
I'm excited to check this out.
He could, if he really, really wanted to, he could legitimately crash economies.
Oh my god.
How do you crash economies by putting
You
out money?
put too much money. So in the case for Masamusa, that gentleman,
Yeah.
great guy. He had so much gold, and I mean like metric tons, legitimate metric tons of gold. He decided to take a trip around Africa.
Yeah.
Every single place he went to, he built 2 buildings.
Okay.
Every street that he went on, he would throw gold at people.
What the? How do you
Not
roll
like
gold?
not like harsh, like gold coins, he didn't care.
Oh,
He had enough money to do it, into the sense that it was just like whatever. And as tip money to people, he would give them gold bars,
So Mr.
which no, Mr. Beast's on fucking cocaine. Like so much
Yeah.
cocaine, you could actually legitimately probably kill 3 elephants.
wait a minute. Isn't this the same guy who went around on like a whole trip just to tell everyone he was rich?
That's essentially, except it wasn't to tell her that he was rich. He literally went on a trip because he was bored of being wealthy. He was so fucking rich. He was bored. Economists today think that his wealth, if you adjust for inflation and all that good stuff, right? He would be $500 billion minimum.
Oh,
Yeah, I could see how you'd find that to be too much
Christ,
wealth.
man.
Because even if you're throwing money away,
He
because
was
you got to think he's still making money, right?
No,
So that's 500 billion.
bro.
Even
So
if he
think about this.
wasn't, you could throw away like a
He's
billion and it
constantly
wouldn't affect your
making
entire
money.
life.
So
I'm
think
not
about
talking
this.
about economy
By the time he got back to his place, not only did he still have enough money to outwealth anybody on the planet at that time, and probably at this time,
Yep.
the economy of every place he visited had crashed
Oh my god.
Crazy.
because the people that he interacted with, from poor to wealthy, had such a large wealth jump that they no longer had to worry about things, except because of that exact reason, the price of gold took a nosedive.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck me, bro.
You had people who essentially only cleaned, right? You had like a fucking maid got tipped 3 bars of gold. That maid never had to work a day in her life after that. Like, what?
Why? Why?
You
Why isn't that
devalue
me?
gold.
Isn't
You
that me?
you hell him out. Just be a maid.
Ah, fuck you. I'd rather not. I mean, Mig's already a
Just be a
maid. He
maid.
hasn't gotten shit, so I ain't getting shit either.
I mean, guys in maid outfits get paid quite well. Just saying.
I mean, Mig's literally skateboarded on a maid outfit at a skate park. Sorry about that, Mig.
Oh yeah, this is a official video. It's on my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Get plugged.
No, but another interesting one, if you guys are looking for new releases that are getting anime adaptations, Blue Lock is definitely one you guys should check out. At least that's the one I'm gonna check out.
Is that the soccer one?
Basically, Haiku but soccer.
Oh, I saw that.
I want to see that one.
It's such a
releasing
good
this
one.
month, I believe.
saw such good stuff.
It's releasing this month
Oh,
alongside My Hero, which just aired its first episode of season 6 today.
I would
and,
like
Chainsaw Man.
I would like to point everyone's attention real quick because I think the second season just finished up.
Of what?
But Classroom of the Elite.
Ooh. I heard about it. I just never watched it.
It's such a great fucking show. I still haven't caught up to the last episode, which right now is 13.
Mhm.
But it's such a great show. Like, essentially, I can't say it without spoiling so much. Fuck.
This is how much you know. You have to go watch it because it's that interesting.
Yeah,
It's just
Class
because
Elite, the first
no
season
matter
was fire.
what I say, it spoils.
It really
because
is, yeah.
there's such a hard way to describe the main character without spoiling like half the fucking series.
He is a badass. That's all you need to know. Like, he's a fucking badass.
He's fucking great. And it is something that I haven't seen an anime actually do in a long time.
School of the Elite?
Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah, Classroom of the Elite. The first season aired
the
2017.
Basic premise of it is these kids, because you're going to follow a lot of people, but the main character is the main person you want to follow because he's amazing. Trust me. That's not just me hyping up his ego. He's just... Anyways, honestly, there's a school that's only essentially for the elite. You know, if you're the kid of a politician, this is where you go. And it's said that if you pass in this school, the bare minimum that you are going to be paid is in the millions.
Oh,
Why does this sound like Danganronpa?
That's what I was about to
Yeah,
say.
it
It's,
does.
it's,
It's Danganronpa,
imagine
less
if
death.
Less
Danganronpa,
death. Okay.
Less death,
if they
more
weren't
gotta get the
forced to
money
kill
bank.
yeah, if they weren't forced to kill each other, like
Yeah.
Honestly.
So in Classroom of the Elite, they're forced to kill each other.
What?
yeah, but
Politically.
not
politically.
Oh, just like
they're
ruin
not
someone's
forced into like
reputation
a
or something like that.
school and
Yeah,
make
you know,
murder
this
each
one
other.
person has a huge reputation, but you need the information that they have because they could ruin your reputation. Bring them
So
down.
it's basically just Snake High School.
Essentially.
Yeah, okay, so think of how like the
Again, this is essentially a school
Honestly?
for the elite.
all the deception and mind games that goes on in Kakaguri? Like it's very similar to that, and like there's a lot of mind games fuckery that goes on in this anime. But I love the main character from Classroom of the Elite way more.
Yeah, we can't say anything about him because it ruins so much.
It does. Like that first season, I finished that season and was like, holy shit, I really need to catch up.
Is it like, gotcha, you can back me up on this. It's not like describing him would essentially ruin so much.
Because there's so much that you like
you
don't
learn
know
throughout the
until later.
first
Exactly. And there's like specific moments that like you need to know.
You feel those moments.
Knowing those moments. Like if we tell them to you, how do I say this?
If we tell you his personality or anything about him, it ruins those moments because it's expected. You meet this person, and the more that happens, the more you're like, what the fuck? This guy is just fucking essentially God.
Well, he's already spoiled.
without spoiling it, I can just say he's essentially God. Because you're going to meet him.
Thinking he's some sort of he's on his fucking he's on his like what was his name called? Hero type shit.
He's one of the like most well liked characters right now. Since the anime aired.
Yeah, it's just such a good show. Let's see what other animes.
I mean, I already mentioned Chainsaw Man.
If you ran out of animes, I got one. Fuck, I forgot the word.
One fuck. Oh wait, Parallel World Pharmacy.
That's what I was gonna mention. That one was so good.
I haven't finished it. I've only gotten to like episode 6, and I haven't finished it. It's super cute.
It is. If you want one that's I personally think is really like more cute than that one, like is just pure wholesomeness. A Yakuza's Guide to
Oh my god!
I'm like halfway through that one. I need to finish it.
Yes, that one's so good.
Like, I literally made a tweet about this, but like the last few seasons have just been making me want to have like a daughter. Like,
absolutely not.
Hey yo,
absolutely not.
What?
No.
What?
Absolutely not. I will not ever.
What?
No. Nope. I can't have kids. No.
And no anime
I don't think
can
you
ever
understand.
push me to the brink where I have to take care of somebody.
Gotcha. Look at me. Look at my fucking bird character dead in my dead eyes.
Hold
on. Look at them.
You have Lloyd and Anya, right?
No.
Right? Like,
let me explain this. Let me explain this. Look into my eyes. Gotcha.
Yes.
Think about a mini-me.
Oh
God.
Burb, you've told me you wanted kids.
No, absolutely not.
Hey, yo! Are you turning back? Are you turning back on what you said? All of a sudden,
you told me you wanted to have kids.
Hey, yo!
So when the fuck did this change?
When Bird realized that having a kid basically meant he would have
kids. I've never liked kids.
Straight upset.
If I want kids,
you lied to me.
No, I don't want kids because kids
No,
are way
because
too
you
much
told
work. They're
me
way
you
too much
wanted to
money.
have kids
Too much
sometime in
money.
the
They're way
future.
too much money.
I'm
They're
so
way too much money. What are you
confused.
talking about?
So
I don't think so.
Palpitating.
listen.
No,
I see
I haven't changed my views of children in a long time because
Well,
children are just little shits.
We're gonna
Here's
have
the
a
thing.
conversation after
I
this
wanted-
podcast.
I-
To change the
Uh-oh.
subject, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's the thing, right? I didn't mean to start a fight.
Lamau.
No, I'm just kidding. But I've
I would
wanted
not trust
a
Gacha with one.
family- wow, fuck you. Anyway,
I would
Lamau.
not. You think I would trust
Wait,
you? You would
so-
probably feed it like
Look,
Oreos on like
I'm the
peanut butter or
least-
some shit.
okay, what's
Look,
the problem?
I'm more of a crazy
Everything.
uncle than a father figure.
Here's
Never
the thing.
should I have children of my own because I am more of a crazy uncle where you drop off your kids and your kids learn more about the streets than you would probably like them to know.
Okay, then I'm not dropping you off with crazy uncle.
You're gonna drop off your kid and your kid's gonna know how to use 13 different types of guns.
no.
That's not my issue. That's
Do not put my children.
Okay,
in
okay, let's not talk about
okay?
kids handling
No.
guns.
That's
Meanwhile,
mad.
I'm the
I
drunken
was-
aunt,
I-
and you drop your kids off with me, and they all of a sudden are coming back home with you with 13 different bottles of wine.
My kids are
Oh,
going to be weeblets. They're going to be absolute weeblets.
Bro, if I drop off my kids
will-
with Gachito, you'll immediately see them want to buy like, or at least waste
Body pillows, bro.
500 of my dog.
Fucking mom.
Brother, you're gonna give your kids to Gotcha. Gotcha's gonna come, or Gotcha's gonna drop them back off with like 3 body pillows, bro.
Oh my god.
No. He's gonna drop them back off, and so suddenly they're gonna be like, "Dad, can you buy me $500 worth of anime shit?" And I'm gonna be like, "What? I'm never doing this again. I'm sorry. You're going in the bin. I'm throwing Gachito in the bin. Gachito is going into the bin after that. I'm not Gachito. If I ever do that, and that shit happens, you're
So-
getting next class for
So
that shit.
with
Here's
all
the
these
thing,
discussions, I want everyone here to realize I was a camp counselor for 3 years.
Why? What? How?
Is that why
Think-
there's so many missing children in Florida?
Bruh.
No, I
Not
kept
at all
them
related.
alive. Barely.
Sure you did.
No, I taught them valuable life lessons by accident.
By accident.
By accident.
Oh, no.
I taught a kid a pressure point that could accidentally kill someone if you press too hard.
Oh,
Hey
That's
yo,
not good information. You're gonna make them little assassins.
bro, this is why people like Jeffrey Dahmer exist, bro.
Bro, they will never have to worry about their It's such a simple pressure point.
He's basically
And-
creating little
God.
mutants.
Here's the thing. Here's why I was saying that, right? Ever since I was younger, I've family, right? And like all of these like adorable, like wholesome anime, like the Spy X Family and the Ayakuka's Guide, and the one that came out like 2-3 years ago with the hero that ended up getting like the little demon girl, and then he like raised her. Do you guys know the one I'm talking about?
that one sounds familiar.
Wait, which one?
But like, there's like one where he's like a hero. I think he slayed the demon lord, but then he ends up finding this little demon child, and he takes her in, and he's like raising her.
Ah,
I'd have to
damn.
name of it.
I-
It's been like
I have a
2,
feeling I
3
know what you're
years.
talking about, but I just can't
But
put
like all of those,
the name on it.
they're so cute. And now Spy X Family's coming out again this season. So now that the Yakuga's Guide is coming, is like I'm gonna be finishing that one. I'm gonna have more Spy X Family content. So it's like they're like the anime industry is just like pushing for like
Gotcha.
father daughter
Listen
like
to me.
relationships right now. And
Listen
I'm
to me,
like,
Gotcha. Listen to
Yes.
me, Gotcha.
yes.
You're way too fucking poor to have a child.
True. Me too.
He's not wrong.
I didn't say right this
Ah.
instant.
He just goes up
I-
against random people
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you want to have a
I
kid?"
don't mean right this instant.
Hey, we don't
Runs
know.
up
Maybe
on someone.
Gachito gets a sugar mommy. I don't know.
Hey, yo.
Oh,
wait,
Lordy.
no. I'll tell you guys.
Alright.
I'll tell you guys this afterwards. But this is a story, like an off-topic story. So I'll just tell you guys that after the podcast is over.
Off topic story.
Okay.
All right, Mig, what other shit that you got for us?
Okay, I'm pretty sure if like from before we start recording, y'all can probably guess the fuck I'm gonna talk about. It's my one and only.
Oh
addiction.
God.
Ah,
Oh
Play
God.
Overwatch 2
I know what it
guys,
is.
Please.
shit.
I need friends. This is
Need
the
friends.
I'll play with
aspect-
you.
Now-
Overwatch.
I'll play.
Has
I
Overwatch
can
like actually
join
fixed
you.
itself?
I
What?
I'm not
don't
talking the
trust
game. I'm
Overwatch.
talking the devs. Have they fixed the
Um,
problems that have been going on?
Okay, so I actually left Overwatch like 4 years ago, no, 3 years ago because of that entire incident. Because fuck, you know, we don't stand for that type of shit. Apparently a lot of the employees that were causing problems were fired.
Hmm.
And the fact that Xbox bought in Activision Blizzard should in theory help, but we have no idea to tell. We have no idea to tell until like
Wait, so how
oh
fun is actually Overwatch? Because I'm just gonna compare it to how
Oh,
fun I
it's
think
fucking
Valorant is.
amazing.
so Overwatch is actually not too bad. I was playing it before we got in here, and
No, you were.
it's
Half of us knew you were.
yeah.
Little shit.
Uh, look, I was having a pretty good time, honestly, and they've buffed the healers, so they're not as bad.
Oh,
no,
thank
I
God.
disagree. I disagree. I am a full-on support one trick on Overwatch 2. I played Overwatch 2. I played the 2 betas because I have no life and I
Wait a
don't
minute.
touch grass.
You're a one
Yeah.
trick on Overwatch?
No, actually not one trick, but like, well, I played an entire role. Point is,
Exactly. And you have the audacity to call me a one trick initiator. Fuck you.
oh
Look,
yeah, okay, yeah. fair
look,
enough.
I was playing Flex, right?
Mhm.
Today. And I was playing essentially just healers because no one fucking picks healers because they're all pieces of shit. Not the point.
Actually, yeah, go on.
Moira is still broken.
No,
Like if you know how to play Moira, you're winning.
no,
What do you mean no, motherfucker?
bro, I compete in this game. I literally am in a fucking team. No, it's just-
That's good for you, motherfucker. If you're playing casually, she's broken. I got 13 kills in a game. I
You're
don't
not
play
supposed
this
to make any
game.
kills.
Moira,
You're not
yeah, you are.
supposed to get kills as a healer. You're supposed to keep your teammates alive.
How
I
many
did
people
both.
fucking
Like
died?
Sage,
I got
They
silver and
collected them.
healer. I got silver and healing
You're
along
Moira,
with
you're supposed to
13
get gold.
kills.
You're supposed
No.
to get gold if you're Moira. You have the most
As
fucking
Sage,
healing in the
as
entire
Sage
game.
has once said, quote Valorant, I am not just your healer.
Exactly.
Moira,
Piss
okay,
off.
listen, Moira has
Right,
two
fair.
fucking usabilities in this fucking video game. That's zero util. The only two things you can do is damage and heal. What you fucking heal? You have the most powerful healing in the entire fucking video game, and you're telling this motherfucker went to the enemy team's backline and fucking killed 30 motherfuckers and didn't heal
Hey,
his
Mig.
fucking team.
I did heal my team,
You're just mad you're not as good.
You're just
Oh.
mad because bad. Mad because
You're mad 'cause you
bad.
can't do
Mad
the
'cause
healer
bad.
into an offensive player.
Ass,
Because
that's
sure,
the
I
Ass.
game.
because I don't play the
Bruh.
character that's out of fucking aim.
Ass. No, you just can't
Mad,
multitask.
mad because bad.
No,
Mad
back to
because
the
bad.
There's
but
one
back
more
to the
thing
thing.
I want to mention before we close it out.
Okay.
There is a new game by the creator of Danganronpa called Rain Code, and it looks like it's going to be really, really good. Like it's like a detective game. It doesn't follow the world of Danganronpa, but a lot of people are speculating that it might be some kind of tie-in. I don't think it is, but
Is it
it
like a
looks
ripoff?
really good.
Is it like a spinoff, I
Um,
guess?
no. That's what people are speculating, is that it's like gonna be revealed at the end and it's like tied into the world, but I don't think so. I think it's a standalone.
Uh,
But it's called Rain Code, and it's like a detective game. But see, the problem with the Danganronpa games is that it's a detective game, but you're trapped in walls, right? Rain Code has you like exploring the world. It's not open world, I don't think, but still you're not like trapped within walls, right? You actually get to like explore this vast world, and it looks really, really nice. Like highly
Yeah.
recommend people like if you liked the Danganronpa games or you just like murder mystery games in general, Rain Code looks like it's going to be one of the better murder mystery games
It's
this
so
gonna
year.
be
what you're
coming out.
basically saying is, what's it called? Shit, I'm drawing blanks here again. Corpse Party, I guess.
Not Corpse Party per se. You'd have to check the trailer out. I don't want to like spoil anything for anyone. I'm trying to see when is the Rain Code release date. I'm not
Apparently,
seeing
right
the
here,
already
I'm
made.
looking at it, and it releases on 2023 for Nintendo Switch. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I can't
quarter
find
two.
it
So that's like
anywhere in
mid.
the. in the wiki if it ever comes out for the PC or anything else. It just has a Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch here.
Well, wherever they plan to release it, I will be playing that one. I absolutely love murder mystery games to death, especially that one and the AI games, the AI the Somnium Files. So just throwing that out there because I released that one and the movie were like the two main things I wanted to talk about this episode because both of those were like big things that I'm looking forward to in like the coming year.
Yeah.
Which movie? Wait, Raincoat has
The
movie?
chair one, yeah, the chair.
Oh wait, there's a
Oh.
movie?
Oh my god, I completely forgot. Anyone watch Edge Runners?
I've
I
seen.
have
it's
not.
already
There was a
seen
watch
it.
party for it last night with
Go
on a
watch it.
Discord server, but I didn't watch it because I'm like, I
I've been
don't care
hearing
for
that it's like
Cyberpunk.
apparently like
No,
really.
no.
I'm
Look,
not a big fan of Cyberpunk either. That's why I haven't
Cyberpunk,
touched
I
it.
don't care about. I didn't care. I don't care.
All right.
Watch it.
You know what? That's fair. That's
Well,
how I
It's
felt about Gurren Lagann.
it's actually good. It's not that it's
Would you say it's the arcane of Cyberpunk?
yeah, essentially.
Okay.
See, I'll check
Mm.
it out then because that's how I was with I don't like mecha stuff, but my friend was like, "You've got to watch Gurren Lagann. You've got to watch it. Doesn't matter if you like mecha or not."
That
And
just
I was
stuff
like,
just
Well,
doesn't
yeah, that-
seem authentic to me. I just don't like
Gurren
it.
Lagann is
No,
really really good.
it's such a fucking heart puller. Like I watched this not thinking a goddamn thing. Like I was prepared to probably be disappointed. Cause whatever. But my buddy was like, "Hey, let's watch this." It basically just came out. We binged the entire thing in a night.
Holy
Mhm.
shit.
Damn.
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
I'll check it out.
It's
I mean, Gurren-
actually good.
It takes a lot to get me to binge stuff anymore.
That's
I
why
have-
I'm saying it.
Yeah, that's
Because
why
I
gotta.
don't binge shit anymore. I watch an episode,
No,
put it down, watch
Call it a
again
day.
when I can. You
Yeah,
know?
I'll have to
But I
check it out. If that's
actually took the time to binge it.
I have
shit.
so many classics I still have to watch. I still have to watch. I think the second part of the Netflix. Okay, this is gonna be a fucking mouthful. So, JoJo's.
Oh,
Jojo.
JoJo's Bizarre. Oh,
Stone
Jesus.
Ocean's Part 2 came out on Netflix very recently, and I still haven't caught up with it. I still have to catch up with Cowboy Bebop, Space Dandy. I have nothing else in my mind, but I have more.
I have so much to catch up on. Forgets what to catch up on.
I have like 3 different Switch games that I have not started that I mean to start, but I don't have the time because they're solo player games. And so I'll get home from work and want to do stuff with friends, and then before I know it, it's too late to play my single player games. That is the one thing that
That is
like
painful.
sucks about single player games. Is like when I was a kid, that's all I ever played was like solo single games on my DS. Now it feels like it's like a nightmare trying to play games on my Switch alone because I don't have the time for it.
Even multiplayer games are kind of hard to get into because I have Splatoon 3. I was so excited to fucking get it. I got it the day after release, and I still haven't gotten it out of the box.
What are you doing? You have
That-
things.
Well,
No,
because it's
play
just
it.
hard
That is-
to play games these days because now we all got shit to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
I
also
got hit by a fucking
finally
Fury game.
understood. Like when I was a kid, right now I had summer break and I'd get home from school. I would like look at teachers that would be like, "Yeah, I got the game, but I haven't touched it yet." And I'd like see all these things about adults, and I'd be like, "Nah, that's not gonna be me. When I get to be an adult, I'm gonna be playing on the
Honestly,
game."
that's what
all
I
the
thought as
time.
well.
And now I just have
That's
all
what we-
these
I feel like that's
fucking
what we all
games I have
thought.
not touched. You know, and I'm like, damn, I'm turning into them. Shit.
I feel like it's just become that at this point. But I feel like most of the
We became the teachers without like, getting paid as shitty.
I mean,
Why are
speak
you
for
playing
yourself, my
Valorant?
guy.
What are you talking about? I'm not playing Valorant.
I see it on the thing playing Valorant. You little shit.
All right, you know what? I'm hopping on to Val.
Nah, fuck
I
you.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking. I'm not playing Val. I don't know
Well,
what you're
if
talking
anyone else
about.
has
Yo,
anything
you want to hop
to,
into a custom on Val with me, Takeo or Mig? Oh, wait, are we still
Yeah,
recording?
sure.
God damn it, Sam. I was going to start
Okay,
closing out, but I guess go for it. I guess.
Yeah, let's. I mean,
Alright,
no, let's do a
anybody
closeout.
else?
Let's do a closeout.
Okay,
Okay,
so,
anybody else have
And
anything
no one
to-
else got anything else to say. If you got anything else to say, tough shit.
fuck you.
Later.
I
Hold
love
on.
all of you. Y'all
I
are
control
great.
the button. Fuck you, no, I'm kidding.
Okay, no, but seriously, I'm gonna be playing a lot of Overwatch too. If you guys want to join me,
I already bought the you know
the Watchman pack. I bought it too. Yeah, I have no life. I know.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. pretty
Anyways.
much, but
I can check it out at some point.
Hopefully
it's
y'all
free. If you
enjoyed.
guys don't like it, just uninstall it.
Mig and
Alright.
Gachato left their imprints on the beanbag. Anyways,
You know, that reminds me, I still haven't
Oh,
checked out
jeez.
multiverses because I haven't had like I haven't had the.
Oh, I gotta beat
willpower.
you guys on that shit too. Huh.
All
I
right.
already
Because you guys
whooped
can't play.
half of them. No, I'm kidding.
Later.
But you're gonna just leave without fucking doing a closeout?
No, I was
Wait,
saying later.
what type of
with the
closeout we
closeout.
do? You know?
I mean,
Like-
I was just trying to close out here, and Gacha's about
I
to
was-
dip for Valor.
No, I was saying later, as in later, as my closeout. Like that was my closeout statement.
Oh, okay. Anyway, anybody else want a closeout statement here before I do my closeout
Closeout
statement?
statement.
Yeah, we each have a closeout statement.
I think
Get
that
fucked,
was
nerds.
the closeout statement. With
Oh,
closeout.
wow.
My
statement.
closeout statement is get fucked, nerds.
Later.
Uh,
Later.
bye.
Voice crack to the max, taking that shit. You want to add anything, Kat?
Closeout statement.
Closeout
Closeout statement. That's a good closeout statement, honestly.
It
That's
really
amazing.
is.
statement for the closeout statement. Anyways,
Peace.
hope y'all enjoy this shit. I'm about to make the cringiest.
Hope you enjoy that we're
Cringy-
back.
yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, we've returned. Get fucked.
We have a few people gone, but that's because they're nerds.
Yeah.
complications and all that.
Maybe
but
they'll return as like guests or something.
Yeah, we have guest speakers.
Guest speakers,
Yeah.
but yes. Well, hopefully we can keep this going this time around. But
No,
yeah,
not hopefully, motherfucker. We will. I'm good. We're gonna get commissioned artwork and
Alright,
shit,
so
just
we're
so that
getting-
we
we're getting
have
3
to, because it's
episodes in and
we've
then we're
invested
dipping out
money
again.
now.
but yeah, we'll
Oh.
link everybody else's Twitch, Twitters, if I can't even fit everything in there, and the whole of our DJ Nation Twitter page in the link below in the description. You fucking subscribe, you like this shit, and if you got bread, give it up.
If you don't like this shit, the fuck are you doing here? Like this shit, Lamau, get fucked, nerd. And if you got bread, give it to me.
Factual.
Or this is how people don't like and subscribe is because you yell obscenities at them, make them feel bad.
I don't know. I got a lot of people who like that type of shit. It's because they
Hey,
like
yo!
Oh my
degradation.
god!
Hey,
yo.
Hold on, hold
To
on.
serve some people in that way.
All right, time to make
Oh, they
cut
like
into
that
hella
shit.
short and then close out. All right, let's go. See y'all later. I've
Wow.
thrown everybody across the room.
Yes.
Everybody's in the air now. Gotcha's a midget. Let's go.
Fuck you.
Goodbye.
Lamau.